Everybody have a good long weekend. Everybody excited to for the market to open. It's been a little long. What's going on, guys? What's up, pushing? Shout out to mods. Let's see. Oh boy, we had a good weekend. Little box office, Labor Day box office record to kick off the week. That's never a bad thing to have. We have short interest, very high. Very high right now. Let's see. Let's do a little quick Ortex update before we get more people in here. Let's see. All right. So we have short interest right now at 18.93%. That's getting up there. That is getting pretty close to where we were at before. Let's see. Yeah, if you guys don't mind, just dropping a like on the video when you guys come in here. It just helps us get some more, just helps us beat the algorithm. So thank you guys who have done that and who are going to. Oh, still looking at the line. Yeah, Marion. It's kind of how that works. Oh, what's up, Felix? Let's see. Yeah, so we're going to do a little option chain update going into next week. This is probably going to be a little bit of a shorter live stream because we do have the fantasy football live coming on a little bit later. So, yeah. Everybody have a good weekend? Let's see. Let's make some life-changing money. Apes, buy and hold. Let's do this, says Rog. There we go. Welcome back, STV. Ken, thank you. Whew. You're feeling distressed, music boy. It happens. Oh, Drone Man, thank you so much for the super chat. I really, really appreciate that. What's up, Vix? Just showing some support. Love you, bro. Drone Man, thank you. Yeah. Thoughts on price action for tomorrow? Well, if we go off the trend of what we've seen over the last couple of weeks, then we will start off decently green, I believe. We'll see what happens going into like the end of the week. But a lot of people, again, are really hyped up about a big move up this week. It definitely could happen, but there are always outside factors that we may not be seeing with the market, with what types of positioning these funds need to get into in order to not basically screw themselves. So there are outside factors, but I am very bullish on this week. We had a couple of green weeks in a row, little bit of a red Friday, whatever. They came out and shorted us. It happens. Let's see. Football is a distraction. Nepal, what's up, man? I'm doing pretty good. SCV Hope School is going well, says Kevin. Yeah, it's all right, man. I just don't want to do it. Just don't want to do it. All right, let's take a look at the option chain going into this week so we can get a better understanding of basically what we have to look for. But let's see. So when we're looking at next week, so that's this line right here. So 24,000 calls in the money, 79,000 out of the money. Both of these numbers are most likely going to increase a lot over this next week. Out of the money puts 4,342, not many of them. And then 4,582 out of the money. So there's a lot more interest going into this week on an upwards move just due to what the option chain is telling us. More people are betting that the stock is going to go up versus betting the stock is going to go down. Now, some of the key levels. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, so at 50, we have 11,000 contracts, and this is just this week. We're going to take a look at the big one, the September monthly. But 11,000 at 50, that's a decent amount. All of these numbers are going to increase decently going throughout this week because, one, people are going to want to gamble on these weeklies so they can try to hit a big play. Then we have a little bit at 60, but you can see when we scroll down, there's nothing really crazy. Then the highest strike is 95. But the next week is where it gets interesting. So Oh, let me move this around a little bit. So this next week right here, there's 117,000 contracts in the money already. Now, what we have to think about is how the hedging works. So remember back in June when all of those 40s ran into the money and everybody was thinking the week of June 18th, there was going to be a really, really big gamma squeeze with the contracts that were already in the money. But we didn't see anything really. We didn't see, maybe it was a little last minute hedging for the contracts that they didn't hedge before fully. And a lot of people were exercising. So they did need to deliver on a lot of those. That's why the FTDs really spiked around that time, because they couldn't locate the shares in order to deliver on those contracts that they were selling. But what happened is that most of these 117,000 contracts right here are already hedged for. They're taken out. The buying volume has already happened. But there's 278,000 out of the money. Now, it's pretty even. I mean, it is weighted more towards the call side in terms of like in the money, out of the money, but there's a lot of puts out of the money for September 17th. Now, when we come and look at the option chain to get a look at the key levels, 45, a bunch of them. If we can break above 45 and hold, we're going to see some more hedging. 50. I know that technical level of 48.50, a lot of people have been, I think Matt and Trey have been both talking about 48.50 as like the new 14.50. And that's right in the middle of this big chunk at 45 and this big chunk at 50. Then 60, 70 is decent. And then once we cross 100, it sends a bunch of these contracts in the money. And then there's this 145. I think I've been thinking about this a little bit, that what we're going to have to see in order to get that like really big move up is like a couple of big green days in a row where we move up to all-time highs. The thing is though, is that we're going to need to see buying volume at those levels. Like there's going to need to be a lot of FOMO, because remember that initial run up in June went from like 14, I believe, to either 29 or 32. And when people saw that, the stock was still relatively cheap, and they were like, oh, the stock is running, we're going to buy in or buy calls and force the institutions to hedge as the stock went up. This time, if we run to 70, what is it going to be? Around in the 70 range. Yeah, we're going to send a lot of these options in the money, which is going to have a decent amount of buying volume, but we're going to need to see like retail and institutional support at those levels in order to make it go up even higher. And that's when I could see some of these smaller to medium-sized shorts starting to cover their positions. The one that entered at 40, 50, even 60, they could have a real issue at those levels. How do you roll over a call option? Very easy. You just sell it and then you buy another one with the money that you receive from the sale of that option at a further out expiration. There's no like special button where you can be like, roll this call to this. You have to do it manually. Like number 69, you're welcome. Thank you guys who are liking the video. I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Let's see. What did I miss? Maybe a dumb question, but I know out of the money options cause a gamma squeeze with delta hedging. But what if a large institution bought a ton of in the money calls? Would that force delta hedging? Kevin, it would. It really would. You would have to. What would happen is that if like a large institution or like people started buying like in the money or just out of the money calls, and those calls were to run in the money, you would basically be levering up the buying volume that would get forced into the stock. Because let's just say right here, this contract's going to cost you $400 for this 45. But in order to buy the stock, you need $4,500 to get those 100 shares. Now, it's not going to be that much because the deltas is half. So let's say 4,500, half of that, it's going to be $2,250. So you are taking that $400 investment. This is just theoretical of what would happen. You take that 450 or whatever it is, 425 of money that gets put into a like you see the money get put into like so hold on, let me think of a way to explain this good. The $425 that would end up getting put into that option, it runs in the money. But that option, let's say it's a delta of 0.5, just to make it simple, that $425 forces $2,250 of buying volume into the stock. You forgot to say this is not financial advice. You literally just got set up, dude, with answering how to roll over. Not even a little bit at all. That's not financial advice. That's how you roll over an option. I didn't tell anybody to do anything. Marion, if you're going to be in here just saying wild things, I'll just ban you. Not in the mood today. But yeah, so that's what would happen if everybody, if like a large institution were to buy a boatload of calls. So if GameStop comes out with dividends, that could 100% cause shorts to cover. Right? Heard this before? Yeah, they would be terrified. Like, because here's the thing: if it's an NFT or if it's a crypto, they know how they know how many of these dividends are supposed to be out there. They're all tagged basically, so it's a way for them to almost put a tracking system on shares. So if you can put that, like the NFT would be tied to a certain amount of shares. Like there's only going to be, what is it, 70 million? It's like for GameStop's float or shares outstanding. So only that many would go out. But if there's all of these counterfeit shares that people own, then the shorts are just going to cover their position because, well, there's not going to be enough of those NFTs for everybody to get their dividends. So they would close out their position, return the shares to the owner. But that it doesn't really it doesn't really fix the problem of people. It would sort of fix the problem, but you'd still have multiple people owning the same share because they can just go buy back a different set of shares to return it. But then it definitely would scare the heck out of all of the shorts. AMC going to whatever the majority is holding to because the synthetic shares needs to be covered. My question is, at one point the shares have been covered. The shares have been covered and there won't be a need to buy any more shares. Won't that mean if the last needed shares is bought for 500K, very next one can be bought for like 50 USD? No, it wouldn't happen. It would get halted like all over the place. Like if it were to get to those price levels, it would just get halt on the way down. Ernie, thank you so much for the super chat, man. I can't wait to dip my nuggets in hot sauce and leave a photo in Kenny G's mailbox after the squeeze. Ernie, good luck with that, man. Ron Allen, thank you so much for the super. Can you do dividends if you have debt like AMC? I believe you technically can, but they're not going to because they're going to use those extra profits to pay the interest or pay whatever they need to on that loan agreement. Shoot, that could potentially be it. The catalyst we need for the short squeeze to happen. Very interesting for Jimmy's earnings call. Yeah, that's the thing. So what they would announce, here's what would happen. They would announce it, like hypothetically, if they are going to announce the NFT crypto on their earnings, don't hype it up. Remember, July 14th, everybody came out and was like, yup, NFT crypto, it's coming out. They're going to announce something. Nothing happened. It was like a conditional date and nothing ended up really happening. So thanks for the answer. You feel tired today? Are you good, Vix? I'm all right. I'm just dealing with stuff. What were we doing? Yeah, so here's what would happen with the GME earnings call. If they were announced the crypto, they would then announce what's called an ex-dividend date. So it's a date where you have to own shares, settled shares in your account before that date in order to receive the dividend. So they announce that date of when the X is, and then the dividend gets paid out later. What do you think of this Keith guy that supposedly cracked the algorithm code? I have not seen that. Big J, I did not see your question. Let's see. Why is this a record-breaking weekend? Oh, we will talk about that too. We got a little off topic there. Cool, calm, and collected. Don't be surprised to see a red day in big announcement days. It's a psychological move against holders. 100%. But yeah, let's go over why this is a record-breaking weekend and just talk trash at the shorts because it's fun. It was a video by Sam. Astro? Oh, I'll have to take a look at it. Let's see. Shang-Chi debuts with a marvelous, I think it's worldwide 90 million, but in the United States, 71.4 million in North America, shatters all-time Labor Day record. Here's the thing. Most likely, a lot of the time on Labor Day, people are outside doing things. Like they're out and about doing things. It's like a 4th of July type of event. Everybody's out doing stuff, but people still wanted to go to the movie theater. It just, the short thesis is done. It doesn't make any sense. You can go on and on and on about your own personal financial projections of the company. And if you think it's not going to do well financially, just short it, see what happens. But everything that's been coming out fundamentally from the company, and there's the whole short squeeze aspect to it, it makes it so backwards to ever want and try to short this stock. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. You have a bunch of like retail investors that are in the play and most likely do not want to give up their shares until they see a certain crazy high number. And then you see all of this good news come out. So we have a lot of other movies coming out too. I believe we have Spider-Man, we have the James Bond one, and then there's another Marvel movie, I believe, that's coming out as well. So think about that. We have all of these good things happening, and the shorts are still like, oh yeah, we think they're gonna not do great. Like, yeah, after earnings, we had a little bit of green and then we fell. But at the same time, the statements that were made in that call, very bullish for the company going forward. Like, they're not going anywhere. They have enough money to last them for a significant amount of time. And with what they've been doing with their business by taking the underperforming theaters, closing them, buying new theaters, and opening them up in high-performing areas is really smart. We are getting away from just the post-pandemic records and now shattering all-time records, which is amazing. Danny, that is very true. The fact that we've seen like pandemic box office records, awesome. It's good. It shows down an uptrend, but at the same time, this record is even better. When you compare this to years where everything is fully open, like everybody in society is good to go outside, and we beat it now when it's just so crazy. Do you plan on doing an earnings play for GME? Not right now. I think you explained this before, but once hedge funds are going to cover, can they cover partially to get things under control and repeat? Music Boy, that's a good question. They would only, if they get forcefully liquidated out of their position, then no, they would cover everything. But if they themselves decide that it's too risky to hold this position, then they could cover part of their short position. But if your broker says you're getting forcibly closed out, then you're getting forcibly closed out of your entire position. Hold on. When Tuesday? A couple hours. Elon added 100 million to his company in Q1 with crypto. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, it just depends though, Nepal. They bought crypto. They also accepted it, but they bought crypto on their balance sheet. AMC didn't buy it. They're just accepting it. So we're going to have to see like if people are actually going to go out and like buy movie theater tickets online with Bitcoin. Which one of those scenarios did you just explain think is going to happen? It depends. It depends on which fund is. It depends on what their risk tolerance is. SCB, guess you never checked out my DD. M Creeks, I've read part of it. I just have to, I just have to, what do you call it? I have to sit down for a while and just go through it. Sorry about that. I do have to read that. Tell the shorts they are done. Hey, if I could, I would. I would tell them, hey, go home. You're drunk. Been waiting for this week for over a month, says Turtle. Hey, God, I mean, it easily could be a really bullish week. Like, very bullish. It easily could be an awesome week. But what we got to remember is there's always random things that can happen. After Memorial Day weekend, we shot up. Hopefully it happens after this Labor Day. Yeah, let's take a look. Where was it? It was 26, 27. So what happened was that the days leading up, so it was, I believe, 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th was the Thursday. Then the Friday was little red. And then the Tuesday was a 22% day. And then we had a really big day at 95% green. Buddy, thank you so much for that big super chat, man. I really appreciate it. Tomorrow's coffee, brother. Keep up the great work. Diamond hands, as always. It won't let me send 10 unless I write more. LMAO. Thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate it, man. Do you feel Astro's a bit over the top with the cycles? No. I think it's a good theory. It started off really looking good, but again, every single time like a cycle will happen, it's going to be different. Like, we're not going to see like 1, 2, 3, 4 big green days, then a red day, then a decent green day, then a bit. It just won't be the same daily candles over and over and over. Like, we saw this choppy run up, and we could just start the move up now. It's very possible. Wouldn't be surprised how you should attack it down to drain morale. M. Kriegs, yeah, especially with the good box office news coming out. But here's the thing. What the big box office numbers do really is, when you think about it, it gives institutions even more of an incentive to buy in. Because here's the thing. They're not stupid. Renaissance Technologies has been in a couple of these short squeeze play. They keep popping up on the 13S. For a couple of these other like short squeeze stocks, but they've really gone hard on like purchasing more AMC over the last quarter. So when, what was I talking about? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The institutions. So when the institutions know that there's a potential for a big short squeeze led by retail, they're going to need to do the research and figure out exactly what is going on, because they consider themselves smart money and us dumb money. So if they don't think that it's like bulletproof or they're going to make a bunch of money entering at these levels, then they probably won't enter. But the other thing, when you have really good fundamental news, like a Labor Day record for a movie, it gives them more of an incentive to buy in. It's like, oh, there's a short squeeze play and they're coming out with really good news and the movie theater industry isn't dying. Awesome. We'll put some money into this. Glad you guys had some fun over the weekend, STV. Yeah, it was a good time. We never sleep when we all meet up. Like Kansas, we didn't sleep. This weekend, didn't really sleep a lot. Been seeing you in Trade Spotting, Vix. That's when I knew you were down to learn about all this. He is awesome. You are pretty awesome too. Danny, thank you. Yeah, Trade Spotting is awesome. I love Trade Spotting. If crypto bleeds and Bitcoin drop to support and the rest of the crypto goes red, AMC and GME do as well. That's what I've been tracking since May. M. Creeks, I thought it was the opposite. I thought it was Bitcoin comes down and then we rip. But I'll take another look at it. Building an underground homestead after the squeeze? Whew. Go for it. Was it 005? It was it was NSCC 005. 010 was delayed. That was the that's the controlled market correction rule where they can post those securities as collateral, get cash to cover their positions. because they don't want all of these institutions that are over leveraged, like at one time, just being like, we need to sell everything. Because if there's that much supply being dumped into the market, it makes the correction even worse. So they're trying. Oh, that is what you said? I thought you said the opposite. Oh, what's up, Fuzzy? Keith wants to trade. Yeah. Let's see. All right. Cool. That's what I was thinking about. The numbers are running. Shart's gonna shart. Yep. Bitcoin been ripping, so if it drops to 50K, is your support or lower? AMC and GME do as well. I thought it was M Creeks. I thought it was Bitcoin drops, AMC GME up. That's what I thought the DD was, but I'd have to take a look at it again. Just look at what happened last long weekend. We're primed for greatness this week. Very possible, but again, just having a long weekend doesn't necessarily mean that we're just going to come out ripping green. Wasn't there a new ruling that came out last Friday? I don't think so, but I was also not. I was flying around traveling, so I don't know. If there was a new good rule that came out Friday, somebody let me know. Me buying a jet after the squeeze to go see what's really going on. Okay, I can't really read that one. Vix, how would you react if during the squeeze Ortex shows short interest is low or even zero, even when you know or think there is still synthetic shares who needs to be covered? What would you depend under the squeeze? Yeah, M. Kriegs, you are phrasing it wrong. You're saying that you're saying that AMC and GME go with it. That's what it looks like you're saying. Oh, you're talking about 005. Yeah, okay. So 005 was effective Friday. That was the one where if you were under that initial required fund deposit, you would like on the start of the day, you would have had to deposit to get yourself up to whatever your new minimum was by 10 a.m. Eastern. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, okay, going back to the short interest thing, what everybody really needs to do, and this is just my opinion, is everybody needs to just think of a price and a level that you are comfortable with and take care of yourself. If you need to get out at, I don't know, 200, 500, whatever we could potentially get to at those levels, and you need to sell, go for it. If you think that people seeing Ortex numbers drop really low is going to really hurt us, it all comes down to what you really want to accomplish with this trade. 1.2 million bonus in 2 weeks. I hope I make it before the squeeze. Grandy. Oh boy. That is a thick bonus. SCB, check out the volume on 513 and 824. Now compare the days going forward. 513. That's way back here. 294 million. And what was the other one? 824. 225 million. Let's see. 206, 147, 208, 109. Yeah, I mean, it does seem like the volume is similar after those days, but that's just a lot of people. It just looks like a lot of people getting in and out. What do you call it? In and out after the run up. Yeah, M Creeks. There you go. That's what you meant, I believe. Ken owns the second most expensive painting in the world with over 300 million. I want it. Nepal, do you know anything about art? You an art guy? You're just going to go willy-nilly buy $300 million paintings just because Kenny owns it? Vix, what's your take on the cycle theory? Okay. We've said this a lot about on this channel about the cycle theory. Obviously, I want it to be right. Because you know what it means? We rip to new all-time highs, and that level for new all-time highs that I believe that we could potentially get to just due to like what we've seen in the past, 200 to 250. That's what I think, just speculation of what the next big run-up could be. Now, if the shorts have to cover at massive scale at those levels, then we would continue to go up even higher because they would be providing the buying volume. But if that's not the level, then we would probably consolidate. We would probably bleed down to around maybe 100 to 145, stay around in that range, just like we've seen with that bleed down to around the 40 to low 30 range. And then we would just wait for another one. But obviously I want it to be right. Like what we've seen on it, like I've seen a lot of things. I've seen Astro's cycle theory. I've seen BAM's model that was projecting August, which we did see a decent run up, but we didn't see new all-time highs. Fair. Like algorithms can't be completely accurate all the time. There's no fault in that. Like nobody has a crystal ball. And I think everybody that's putting out these theories understands that. And the other thing I've seen is like that futures rollover date. So it's quarterly. There's a lot of different aspects to the cycles. Like they have to roll over a certain amount of futures by a certain date to kick the can down the road. But in order to do that, they would have to buy a bunch of shares. I think Houston Wade does a good explanation of that. But there's a lot of different things that are like, oh, it's this cycle, it's quarterly, it has to do with this, it has to do with maybe GameStop's earnings, this rollover date, the technical cycle, the options chain. Like there's a lot of things that point to it. We'll see what happens. That's kind of where I'm at on it. I'm like, yeah, obviously I want it to be correct, but we just have to wait and see what happens. And the other thing that I'm not worried about it, but the thing is that if everybody expects something to happen, there's two things. It'll either one, become a self-fulfilling prophecy. And if everybody thinks the stock is going to rip, they'll buy enough shares to push the stock up and it'll rip. That's the one side of it. The other side of it is that if everybody thinks something is going to happen in the stock market, a lot of the times it just doesn't. Like if everybody agrees that like, oh yeah, this should move up based on this, usually it doesn't. Rollover date would be September 9th. So we don't have to wait long. I believe that it's the 8th. So I've heard September 9th, but if you look at the chart of how they would actually do it, it's the 8th. I don't know when that is, but who knows? Like this could be a really good week, or it could end up being nothing. Question of interest is, do hedge funds need to cover with their private funds if their company doesn't have enough? Nah, like if you worked at a hedge fund, you wouldn't have to like put money into it. You could be personally liable for losses in lawsuits, but like insurance, a lot of other things would come into play. What makes you think 200 to 250 next run up? Here's why. My whole like projection of why is literally just based on the option chain. That's it. When we see all of these options that could potentially run in the money by September 17th, we're going to see 1, FOMO, 2, shorts covering, 3, gamma squeeze. When you combine all those things together, the stock can just go parabolic really quickly. We see those volatility halts. And again, that's not something to really be afraid of. And what happens is that we would have to get to this $145 level in order for it to happen. If we can get there, the amount of money that this is going to cost institutions to hedge these contracts right here, let's just say it's 7.8 million shares. At a price of $145, that is a lot more than 22.5 million or whatever it is. It's a little bit more. Wait. At 40. It is more. It's slightly more than all of the contracts that they would have to hedge when we ran up to 40. But there's also more contracts. But yeah, that's why. And then once you see the FOMO kick in, it can just go. That's why I think 200 to 250, just based on the hedging on the option chain and the FOMO and the potential for the shorts covering. And again, when we see the shorts start to cover this next time around, they're most likely going to be covering the smaller shorts are going to have to cover, and the medium-sized shorts are going to be like what the smaller shorts were last time, if that makes sense. It's like last time we probably saw a decent amount of the smaller shorts just get rid of their position. They were like, this is too much. But then we're going to step it up to the medium-sized. And that could really lead the way for big price moves. Nepal, I have not seen how they're hiding codes in the level 2. I'd have to watch that. Somebody send me a link to that video. I will watch that in between when we do this stream and then the fantasy football stream later tonight. Short shorts, not smaller shorts. That's fair. Is that an inverse head and shoulder on the AMC chart? It looks like it's starting to form. We do have this little cup and handle, though. A little bit. It most likely this could end up being more like the cup and handle didn't really like. If we zoom out, wait, this just not it. Is it? Oh, it is. Yes, we were looking at this cup and handle right here. We were looking for that continuation up. We came down on these couple days, but we're fully ready for the next big rip up. Long holiday weekend with huge box office will be good. Easily could. Do you think people not on social media will sell at those levels, and how could that affect us? Okay, here's the thing. Think about let's just take like Trey and Matt, for example. How many views you got to think about, like unique viewers, because that's like one person. So like the amount of views that they get on a day-to-day basis, it's not the same people every day. Most of the same, but there's a lot of people. There are some people that watch Matt that don't watch Trey. There are some people that watch Trey that don't watch Matt, but they're like the two top people. The amount of people that are still watching on a day-to-day basis is a very significant amount of people. And then you have all of the other creators as well. Then you have everybody on Twitter, and then you have everybody on Reddit that may not like watching YouTube videos or going on Twitter. So when you add up all of those people, I think most of the people that got into AMC got into it and figured out about it through social media. So I think that people are still sticking around, and even if you aren't on social media anymore, I don't think there's just people that were like, oh, I'm just going to buy AMC, and then have lived under a rock and have no idea like what what the potential of this is. It's 125 million worldwide now. My God, good for them. I believe Reddit set a new floor for us from 900 to 903,000. Who made that decision? Oh, what's up, Eric? No price target, but what do you think was the but what was the dollar figure you were saying there was no resistance to? I mean, a lot of people are saying like 48.50 is like the new 14.50, so we could see that. And then, I mean, 145 is like we could just see it rip. Once we cross there, boom. And I don't know how high it could go. Maybe it would just go to 160. Maybe it would just go to like 250. Maybe it goes to 500. Nobody knows. It depends. The height of the next run up depends on what shorts decide to do. Like the last run up, we definitely saw shorts cover. Did we see the big ones cover? I don't think so, because they can meet those maintenance margin requirements. Oh, Fuzzy the Whale is in here. What's up, Fuzzy? Jason, some of us 100K accounts never left. There you go. Yeah, I know there's a lot of people in here that have boatloads of shares. There was somebody in here one time that said between his household, they had 200,000 or something AMC shares. It was something crazy. Maybe it was a little less than that, but it was ridiculous. Lightspeed brokerage just now allowed $500 sell orders to be placed earlier. It was 120 max. That's not bad. Doesn't matter. Like, they're gonna let, like, if the price goes up there, they're not gonna not let it get up there. Like, you can't, they're not just gonna be like, oh, you can't sell it. Because what happens is if you don't let people sell and there's like forced buying from these liquidations and the shorts needing to cover, then like it lowers the amount of shares that they can use to cover. SVB, let's say it goes to 3,000 a share and someone wants to sell. How hard do you think it would be to do a market order during the squeeze? That's the other thing I want to talk about. Eric, good question. When we squeeze and we see these shorts cover and we have a lot of volatility, you're going to see the price flicker really big amounts, like really big. So Eric's talking about a market order. Market order can be a little bit dangerous because they can just fill you at whatever the market price is. Like if it suddenly just like drops, halts, and you like get filled like right there, your order is going to get filled and you're not going to get the best price. But what you can do is you're most likely really going to have to watch it. It's the same thing with volatile options. Like when you're trying to get a fill on an options trade and you're trying to get like the best fill you can, if you're trading like illiquid option chains, you're not going to go up to the ask. You're going to have to like put in an order, cancel it, modify it, change it around, and do all sorts of that monkey business because of the volatility. Like the easiest thing that you would be able to do to guarantee it is just put in a limit order below the bid. You'll get your fill at whatever the next bid most likely is. Because it says, a limit order says, I want to fill at this price or higher. Market order, little bit different. Vix came in late to the show. What is this record you speak of? Shanghai debuts with a marvelous 71.4 million in North America, shatters all-time Labor Day record. Create alert. Stop that. Let's see. Ooh, I'm going to shoot this link out to some people and see what's going on. All right, let's get this link out. Get some people in here. I guess. Also, if you guys don't mind, just dropping a like on the video. It just helps us beat the algorithm and get some more people in here. So thank you to you guys who have done that and who are going to. I really, really appreciate it. Let's see. All righty. So you're thinking limit orders would be the best way to go? FYI, it's not Shang-Chi. Oh, whoops. They can't, Music Boy, they can't choose to cover or be liquid. If they get liquidated, it's forced. It's their prime broker that's saying, yeah, you need to like cover your position. If they choose to cover their position, it's a little bit different. Got an AMC in June before doing any social media research. Denial. Well, interesting. Vix, do you think the hedgies watch less research all the APD and find ways to work around it as a psychological tactic? Yeah, I think they definitely do. I also think that the bullish hedge funds use it too. Like the people that want to enter into a long position on AMC, they definitely do it too. Because where is the easiest way to get all of this information congregated? The internet. Like, yeah, they're going to have their own research reports. They have access to better data to see what's really going on there. But like, I don't think they have not looked at it. They've definitely looked at it. TMI's box. What's up, man? Working. Just wanted to say hi. Out at 9. If you're still here, I'll be back. You still be here? Ooh, maybe. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I will definitely do a limit order if the price is higher. My brokerage Fidelity would do a price improvement and give me a higher price. Interesting. That guy said 260K shares, him and his 90K shares. Jeez, that is ridiculous. That's just crazy. Like, that's bonkers. Could MOS happen instead of a gamma squeeze? It would happen if the short squeeze were to happen. A gamma squeeze would happen too, because there's so many contracts that would then run in the money, and then they would have to like the institutions that may not even have like short positions on AMC would have to cover the options that they sold. So gamma squeezes are separate from a short squeeze. They both result in buying pressure in the stock because they need to buy shares, or you can also buy offsetting contracts if you can mess around with it enough. Like, and you sell a call, you can also buy a call. You can also yeah. Oh, let me think. You would have to sell a put, but you probably wouldn't want to do that. I got a call last Thursday from Merrill because they upped the margin requirement to 100%. They were going to sell my AMC at over 188 margin debt. What? Yeah, be careful with margin, guys. They can do weird things to you if you're on margin. Lucas Valentine says, who wants to buy more shares this week? Is it likely you can have a gamma without a short squeeze, but a short squeeze will cause a gamma? Yes. Yes. We can see a really big gamma squeeze, but if there was like no short interest in the stock, then yeah, you like if the stock just starts moving up, but there was really low short interest and those institutions needed to buy those shares to hedge their options, then yes, that would be a gamma squeeze without a short squeeze. Stanley, yes, it is. You cannot do that. Whoa. Kansu, thank you so much for the super. Shout out to all of you guys who send those in. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to keep doing what we're doing. So I really, really appreciate it. Kansu says, here you go, Vix. Thanks for the fix. Appreciate your quick wit. Carefully chosen words, even on the fly. So underrated. Night streaming equals heart. You so right. Thank you. Hedge funds using us as research. Our weakness is everything we do is public. Yes, that is the other thing that I was a little bit worried about with this algo thing. We don't know what they can do with the algo. Like, there's definitely, I'm like, all of these funds have like different algorithms that they use because they need to, because of the trading that they need to do. But to what extent can they change it? Because one, it's all proprietary. And what that would mean is that like, it's just their own blend. It's like their own little twist on an algorithm. Like, they made it themselves. It's their own. They own it. Nobody else can use it. But if they figure out that somebody else is either like knows how it works or uses it, can they change it on the fly and make it still do what they need to do without having any adverse effects? They could. If they're running a bunch of money through it, it's going to be a lot more difficult. How old are you? 22. Is there a rule that says they have to hedge their options that they sold? Danny, there's not a rule. Here's why they do it though. Like, this is why they would want to hedge. The stock right now is trading at $45 a share. This is a really good example of why they would hedge these options in order to make sure they don't get like really blown out and take significant losses. So it has to do with basically what an options contract is. When you sell a call, you are selling the right to somebody else to purchase shares from you. You are obligated to sell them shares at the strike price. Now, if you sell a naked call, you don't own the underlying shares. So you don't own them. Now, what happens is that if you were, this is what it's called, being short this call, because you sold something that you do not own. You're just shorting this contract. Like, if I clicked on this right now, if I was logged in and it was during market hours, it would give me the option to buy this contract or just sell it. Now, let's say we're looking at this $45 strike. So right now, the institution is guaranteeing that sold this option that they will sell somebody 100 shares of stock at $45. They have to sell it there. Now, what happens if the stock goes to $150 a share and they didn't hedge? Now, the person that owns this contract, the one at the 45, has the right to buy it at, has has the right to buy it at 45. But the person who sold it is obligated to sell it. So let's just say there's two individuals on this counterparty to make it even simpler. A buyer of the 145, a seller of the 145. But now the stock is at 150. That is $15,000. So what happens now is that if the person who sold the contract is no longer, doesn't have the shares, they have to go out and buy those 100 shares at 150, and they are obligated to sell them at 45. Now that's why that when the stock gets very close to or above one of these strikes, they'll just buy the shares, because they can either guarantee themselves taking a small loss based on being like directionally neutral, or they can basically set up themselves legging into a covered call. Because when you sell this call, if you can buy it before it's past the break even, you're still all right. So that is why they're not obligated to do it, but it's in their best interest to do so, because they don't want to take that massive loss. And that's just one contract. $15,000 versus $4,500. Do the math on that. I don't know. $10,500 would be the loss on every single contract that they sold. Multiply that by 21,000. The numbers start to add up. And that's just this one specific strike right here. DFE bought into GME in July of 2020, and the GME squeeze started on January 26th, but that sucker was halted by Robinhood. Yeah, it was. Hey, SCV, how much of the 168 trillion in OTC derivatives do you think is all the illegal shorts? They're sitting in dead companies and are I've heard of the zombie stock thing. I haven't really taken a look into it. It is very interesting that like Sears, Blockbuster, and a couple of those OTCs were running up. But here's the thing. $168 trillion in those OTC derivatives, or not OTC, sorry, it's just $168 trillion in derivative exposure from the top 4 commercial banks. All of the banks, $188 trillion. Huge numbers. Now, most likely, a big percentage of that is OTC. Now, the reason for that is, well, if you're going to make these really big trades, you also need a counterparty to it. And it's going to be very hard to get that filled through an exchange. So you're going to need to go in, enter into one of those agreements. This OTC derivative agreement. It's very similar. I brought this up a couple of times as a good example. If you guys remember when Michael Burry, Christian Bale in The Big Short, when he goes to Goldman Sachs the first time and they're like, you want to short the housing market with what? And that's the whole thing. Like, that product didn't exist, but they made it for him. That is an over-the-counter derivative. That is most likely what a lot of these institutions do. They go to another institution. They're like, hey, we want to do this. Will you take the other side of the trade? Blah, 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 blah. Set up the odds. Good to go. But with numbers that big, most likely they're doing it a lot on those OTC. It would be considered an OTC derivatives like swaps, futures. I think Randall was talking about the flex options and a couple of others. Now, what percentage of those are the potential like hidden shorts of AMC? Probably not a lot. Probably there's like a decent amount of exposure on it in terms of a dollar amount, but it's probably not like 20% of it. Hell no. If it was, they are screwed. That would be so bad for them if that like derivative exposure, they somehow wrapped it into this AMC thing and they exposed themselves that way. Oh, they would be so in trouble. Can you exercise the option with profits from that option play? Taylor, very good question. If you exercise an option, the value of the option is now useless. You're literally just using the contract for what it was supposed to be used for, if that makes sense. So basically what would happen is that, let's say I owned right now this $40 strike for September 17th, but I bought it when the stock was at, I don't know, I bottom ticked it, 28, whatever it was. So now this contract is up a decent amount and I want to go exercise. You're not selling it. You're just using the contract for what it's meant to be used for. So what you would then do is that you would then have to put up the money to buy the stock at 40, you would buy 100 shares at 40, costing you $4,000, and you would already have a gain of about $400 on that trade, just based on the intrinsic value of the stock. But the problem is that you're giving up the extrinsic value, which would be the time premium, the implied volatility, and a couple of other factors, because you can see here that at 44.02, this option, in terms of like very like intrinsic value, should be worth about $400, but it's worth $634. And the reason why it should be worth $400, like intrinsically, is because the difference between what the strike is and the stock is trading at would be the profit if you were to exercise that contract. So you will make more money in terms of a dollar amount if you just sell the contract. But if you want to like force that buying volume in at whatever the price is, then you could exercise, and it's a good way to get more shares if you're exercising options. So I hope I explained that well enough. Yeah, you'll always make more money if a contract runs out of the money to in the money if you just sell the option. Yeah, you lose the extrinsic value, TMI's avocado. Where do all the shares come from if no one is selling? Yeah. Okay. We can do, I think I have a explanation for you guys on this nobody is selling thing. I said it in the video, like, yeah, some people are selling, but it's the core group of people that own the most amount of shares that are waiting for this to happen. Like, do I think that Renaissance is selling? No. BlackRock? No. Vanguard? No. Do I think anybody that like is like talking about AMC is selling? No. Do I think like the people that are like on Reddit who are like deep into this are selling? No. It's like the core, hardcore group of people like waiting for this to happen that are just going to keep buying more, and they don't care what the price is on the screen. But yeah, there's always selling volume. So that was one thing that I think, what do you call it? I want let's see. Let's see. Trace Cat Titan, what's up, man? Feeling good about this week? Bullish AF. Yeah, me too. I'm sure that the market makers realize what percentage of call options actually get exercised, and I'm willing to bet it's a very small percentage. Danny, you're right. It is a very small percentage because most of the people trading these options in aggregate are like retail, and retail doesn't have enough money to buy like 1,000 shares at a time if they have 10 options. So they pretty much know what's going to happen. But they know that June-like situations are possible where it's going to cost them a lot of money if the stock starts to rip, if people want to exercise. And people were exercising more than usual. Like, I heard of people not getting their shares within the T+2 time frame, and that is a failure to deliver. I love when people are enthusiastic, but I hope y'all can add to the upward pressure. Yeah. Oh, what's up, SV? Love you, brother. Love you too, man. Nothing beats chilling with you and my fellow apes. Yeah. They're getting in so deep, they won't be able to cover. So what the hell is going to happen? Okay. Let's see. That's a hard thing to know. It's like everybody would just be like, oh, infinity squeeze. It's like, we'd really have to, it would be very interesting to see what, like, we're never going to know until it plays out. That's the main thing. It needs to play out in order for us to get an understanding of what could potentially happen. SB, how's school going? Must be impossible when AMC is going through this. Simon, it's not. It's not fun. Like, I don't want to be in school right now. I'd rather be doing other things. Like, I don't think I'm going to use this degree in any form at all. I think I'm going to do my own thing, figure out what I'm going to do. I have a plan in place of like what I really want to get done. And my degree isn't really going to help me with that. Speaking of options, I have not looked. Oh, I have looked at metamaterials, I think. Oh, yeah, Derek, very good point. If you have a bunch of options contracts, you can sell some of them and then exercise the other ones. A lot of people were doing that in June as well. That is another strategy you can use. What are our days to cover right now, and what is the utilization? Let's see. Days to cover 0.91. Days to cover is just a reflection of, I believe, the short interest in the volume. So lower volume would jack up the days to cover. And then the utilization is at 90.91. But when we see the short interest jump to like 19 at one point on Friday and then 18.93% over the weekend, utilization is most likely going to go up a significant amount. Degree is a great fallback. True. No offense, but why still pursue it? Seems pointless. Yeah. Who needs a degree when you can get rich and retire by 23? It's true. Let's say it hits 200 and the squeeze starts. They wouldn't be stupid enough to open, say, 400 for. Oh, they would. They 100% would start selling those, and they would jack up the price on those contracts too to try to hedge the. What it's mainly like, what they would do is they would sell more. This is wild. They would sell more contracts at the higher strike at what really high prices in order to try to buy back the ones that have just ripped and try to cover their losses. That's what they would do. So if they don't think the stock can go up any higher, they'll add more to the chain, sell as many of them as they can, and get a bunch of money in, and then figure it out later. It's a way for them to kick the can down the road. So be very careful when the next run-up happens, when they add options to the chain, because those could then just expire worthless, and they're going to be really expensive. They're probably going to start at like, they're probably going to be in increments of like 10 to start. When we get that high, it'll probably be like 150, 160, 170, and then all the way up. A degree isn't pointless. Knowledge is power. Critical thinking is essential. Yeah, but like you can. I agree. You will learn some things in school that are like going to be useful. Most of the things, though, not like 90% of the things. No. I learn more by doing things. Like I learn more. Like if I'm doing something like this, I've learned a lot more about like the market and trading by doing this type of like work versus going to any of my finance classes. Why is UConn football so poo? I don't know, man. I don't know. So all those discounting a degree and additional knowledge, see athletes that get rich quickly, and when it's over, become broke just as fast. True. Happens to a lot of athletes. Wait, AMC might be going into the NFT list? What is that? What is that? Dude, I would bet on you, school or not. Thank you, Rick. So many shills in here tonight. Oh, point them out. Point them out. Where the shills at? We're going to have some fun. What's the first thing you're going to do or buy with MOAS AMC tendies? Taking a trip. Taking a week off. Taking a trip. Going to relax. No YouTube. No work. Figuring out my next steps. What we're going to do. I'm going to take a break. I'll probably do like a post, like I'll ride it like all the way out with everybody. And then after like the consensus is that it's over, then I'll do like a stream, try to get everybody on. I know maybe a couple other people are going to want to do this too, but try to get everybody onto the stream, talk about what we just did, what our next steps are, what we're going to be doing, and then a week or two break and just relax. AMC Ape Gang says Lambo. Happens to a lot of people that get rich quick. Oh, dude, yeah, it does. Crypto will be one of my big focuses after MOAS. Yeah. Crack open the Kraken. Yeah. Heading to Vegas on the 19th. Probably won't spend a dime if we haven't squeezed. Matthew, Vegas always wins. They're always going to get you somehow. Can you explain how price on foreign market impacts U.S. market? I mean, it shouldn't. Like it would just like add to sentiment. I think that's really what it would do, most likely. Vegas. Yeah, I want to go to Vegas. I'm going to Disney. I probably will go to Disney. Let's see. Yeah, crypto. Crypto, I think is going to be real good. Because if we see a lot of selling in crypto, it's most likely going to come back eventually. What is everybody going to do post squeeze? What are you guys going to do? With my millions, I'm going to get a decent house and a car, no Lambo, reinvest for generational wealth. Jose, very smart decision. Putting an ape wrap on my Beamer. There you go. Going to create an airplane strictly for apes. Alan, that's pretty cool. I got 559 shares, says Tony, and if it dips, I'm buying a little more. There you go. Rose says, retire, buy more crypto. First house. Shout out the mods. I wish you all well. Yeah, shout out the mods. Thanks for you guys coming in here tonight. Pushing. Thank you. Vix, you got any hedgy tiers tonight? Right here. Oh, I actually have I was working on something earlier. This stream is sponsored by Hedgy Tears. After Moas, I'm going dark for a week. Donated to the community at least. Yeah, I am going to be donating, if I can, to the special needs day camp that I used to work at in a town close to me. It's a great summer program, but they could definitely use a little bit more money, I bet. So I'll donate to them, and then I'm going to work with somebody else on something else, like a different type of thing that has to do with special needs kids. Because I used to work with them a lot, and then I just got really busy and I couldn't do it anymore, which stinks. But going to buy a minivan for the family and a new house with a garage to put it in. Riptide, there you go. Does the liquidity rule think if I apply to new shorts? Eric, it doesn't apply to shorts. It applies to like initial margin. So it's like if you want to lever up long, short, if you want to be a part of this institution, you need to put this amount of money in. It's just the buy-in. It's like you need to have this amount of money in order to play. Donated to food banks and special needs as well. There you go. SV, you should make a Hedgy Tears reusable water bottle for your merch store. TMI's box. Awesome idea. Let me see. John Smith, I think that's a really stupid idea. Speaking of donating, anyone besides me donate? Yeah, let's see. I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick, guys, but I will be Hello. Hey, everybody relax. I had to go to the bathroom. Are those hedgy tears? Hedgy tears right here. So, yeah, sorry, guys. I just had to go to the bathroom. Oh, no, guys. I'll be completely honest with you. Like, that was exactly what you thought it was. But we just... Hey. Hey. Did I wash my hands? Yes, I did. Donating more of my sailboat fleet to Doctors Without Borders. Interesting. I've never heard of that. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. All right. Everybody relax. Also, if you guys don't mind, just dropping a like on the video, get some more people back in here. I know everybody was just like, I'm out because Vix had to go to the bathroom, but it's fine. Too many lobster rolls? I do like lobster rolls. What do you know about staking crypto to earn interest? Was wondering if you a good option post MOAS. I don't know very much about it, but BlockFi is a decent platform. And what they do is, I believe if you put some of your shares in like specific accounts, that you can then like have like these very high interest rates on them because they loan out the crypto, but they make, because I talked to them about this one time. The way that you can get these high interest rates is that they pay you, let's say it's 4% interest, very high, but they loan it out to large institutions at higher rates. So it's just a bank, basically. It's just it's just like money flowing back and forth, but the interest rates are so high. Let's see. Anybody who gives any sort of time or effort to special needs kids or adults has got a special place in heaven. You are a good dude. Thank you, Danny. We are disgusting. Sorry, Vix. It's fine, Mandy. Shimu, probably gonna be me. How many AMC shares do you own? I own enough, but I can always get more. I like AMC as well. I wonder what AMC YouTubers will focus on after MOAS. We have a lot of, what do you call it? We have a lot of different plans. I think everybody's going to pivot into something because we all have our little niche of like what we like to do. Like I have my plan. I think everybody has theirs. Are you following that dude who's calling Citibank trying to figure out how there's 500 million BDRs of AMC in Brazil? Guys, that's been debunked many times. From what I know, it's just how it works. It's not real shares. So convicted. I don't even see FUD anymore. Nothing but a beautiful future. Turtle, 100%. STV going to take over the world? That would be fun. I feel like I'll be hunting squeezes. There you go. Oh, what's up, Hillbilly? Buying a Chick-fil-A? Matthew. Oh, those print. It's hard to get them, though. Very hard to get a Chick-fil-A. Everybody got their bags packed. We're going to the moon. Woohoo! STV, the next Bezos. Come on, just look at him. I'm gonna be like the quiet guy, just quiet. Just buy a bunch of stuff. Not stuff like. I'm gonna go deep into real estate. I'm gonna start going next year. I'm gonna Airbnb. I'm gonna start like a Airbnb situation because in my mind, you can always convert them into long-term rentals if you play the area right. You can always do that, but if you want to try to figure out a way to jack up the rent, not the rent, but like the money that you're making off of that property, it's the short-term rentals do make more. And since I'm new, haven't invested into real estate before, it's going to be a lot harder to mess it up in my mind. Yeah, there's a lot of other costs and moving parts to it, but in the short term, I think that's a really smart play. Amazon is buying MGM. I'm pretty sure they already did that. MC, I have to look into the cat system. I do have to look into that. Bezos of Airbnbs. Are you worried about the potential buyout of all real estate? Simulating Trade covered it. I mean, BlackRock's been doing it, but they don't have, in my opinion, they don't have enough money in the world to buy out like all of the real estate, like all of it. They wouldn't be able to do it. They would have to they just can't. Like, yeah, they'll probably be able to manipulate the prices in certain areas, but they're not going to be able to buy everything. Amazon thinking of buying AMC. That's been a rumor that's circulated forever, and we've never seen anything come of it. You can also write off trips to cities where you own Airbnb vacation homes. Exactly. Avi said he thinks it will hit. Wow. I think it's theoretically possible that we get to those high levels. It's theoretically possible. Is it going to play out? Who knows? Nobody knows. Zillow's and others like it are buying up houses all over. Zillow's doing it too? I haven't seen that. I'll have to watch that video then. Meet Kevin has some great vids on smart real estate. Oh, I love Meet Kevin. Meet Kevin. I'd love to get Meet Kevin on one of these. Just talk to him. I'm gonna try to get him on me, TMI, and some other people's podcast. Just send you a link on Instagram of an ape calling Citibank to figure out Brazil BDRs. Yeah, Corey, I've seen people doing that, and they're not getting the right response from them. Like, they're not getting the right, like, people have like gone over and explained what BDRs are and how they work and the unsolicited thing, and it always comes back to it's nothing. It's just how it works. Like, it would be like the same thing as like a Chinese company getting listed in the United States. That's how I see it. MC Prosperity, that's what I'm going to start looking into this week, the zombie thing and the cat system. Because I have covered the cat system, I believe, in the past. I think Kringle and I talked about it. But I believe it's come into effect. So that would be something really good to cover to see how it's going to affect everything. I believe it's a new tracking system, but I'd have to dig deeper into it. Yeah, the BDR thing is FUD. Yeah, it probably is. Real estate won't ever be the same, pushing out individual buyers. Depends. It really depends. If you are going to buy up a bunch of real estate where they haven't bought it up yet, and then they come to your area, cha-ching! A little nice 20% premium, little boost to equity. You can 1031 into something else. If they're going to keep doing it, you can just go into an asset class that they're not covering. And what it does is it would provide for this like steady growth. They're not going to be able to dump on people because, one, people aren't going to be able to get the loans to buy those houses. If they jack up the prices of everything, people are not going to be able to buy homes. It could end up being more of like a renter's market where everybody's just going to rent. Oh, I love Graham Stephan too. Does anyone do DD? I dabble. 1,700% increase in Blockbuster. What? Oh, what's up, Long? Let's see. Real estate, yeah. Graham and Kevin are both golden. Yeah, they are. They're awesome. Those dudes are amazing. So, Mark Kohler has a great tax and Airbnb info. He is a CPA. TMI's avocado. That would be really cool. Are we in the biggest bubble ever? We could be, easily. I believe by closing out short positions or taking out new long positions on the liquidating companies, they increase the value of their unrealized gains. If the stock stays, then they can borrow against that. If the stock stays high, if it just pumps, here's the thing. If the stock pumps and it's a pump and dump, it rips. They take out a new loan at this level and the value of the underlying asset tanks. Well, it's just underwater. It's like if the value of your house just tanked, then you're underwater on your mortgage. Then you're screwed on that loan. It's very similar to what we saw before with Wells Fargo and those portfolio lines of credit. They might have walked that back, I believe. I'd have to take a look at that. But at one point, Wells Fargo said that it was canceling their portfolio line of credit program, and they were still no longer offering those home equity line of credits. Now, that's not great. So people's credit score could have been hurt. The reason for that is it's very possible that they thought the underlying value of all those portfolios was going to tank. People weren't going to be able to cover those loans, and they were going to take significant losses. So what they do then is just basically cancel out the loans, recall everything back, and then they're good to go. So that was a very bearish signal by Wells Fargo about a month ago, I believe. But they might have walked it back. Let's see. Sounds like a lot of people excited about the 50 to 60 range this week. Can you please explain what steps would have to be met to reach that level? Eric, we would just have to see a lot of buying volume come in. And who knows what that's going to be from? Could it be from the algo start to switch to buy? Could be. Could it be from retail really excited after this weekend of Shang-Chi? Could be. Could it be institutions really excited about this movie release and want to put more money into this play because there's fundamental value and short squeeze aspect to it? Absolutely. There's a lot of different things that could influence us going on a move to the upside. There's also some things that can push us down. We could see GameStop's earnings. I believe that's the 9th. So that would be Thursday. That could mess with us a little bit. Or it could be a really great catalyst. Who knows? We could also just see the shorts come out in full force this week to try to shake people out. Nobody really has any idea what's going to happen, but we do have to watch those key levels like the 48.50, the 45. Let's see. Yeah, Wells Fargo uncanceled the canceled personal line of credit program. I believe it was portfolio. It wasn't personal. Personal would have been bad. Oh, what's up, 007? Stash party going on right now. Interesting. I don't know what that is. GME earnings after hours on the 5th. That doesn't make much sense. Hold on. Scheduled September 8th is the scheduled date. Yep. September 8th is what I got here. No, 5th? How is it? October? Hold on. Investor relations. Page not found. Q2 2021. Huh. I'm seeing this like where are you guys seeing it? Yeah, at the 8th, on the 8th. Cool. Awesome. So that's Wednesday now. That's going to be a fun day. Wait, Wednesday. What are my classes like on Wednesday? Oh, I get out 15 minutes before GameStop's earnings. Let's go. Again, watch routine September 26th and 28th. Time to watch AMC closely. Interesting. I've waited my whole life practically for another Top Gun. I can wait a little longer. And they can. There we go. Ho! What's up, Gabe? How we doing, man? Thank you for the super. Oh, attaboy, he's alive. Dude, you want to come on for a little bit? I'll shoot you the link. There we go. All right, let's see if we can get Gabe in here. That would be a fun time. Just watching. There we go. Oh, Gabe's got the check mark. He's balling over there. Still dead. Oh, dude, me too. Honestly, though, I went to bed really early last night. Hold on. Let me just give like a time frame of like sleep. I flew in. I believe my flight got in around 6. And then I didn't go to sleep that night until I believe 6 a.m. And then the next night, I was a little paper-handed bitch in terms of like staying out. And I just went home at like 3 a.m., which doesn't seem that early, but it was. Maybe it was 2 or 3. But yeah, it's just no sleep. I just couldn't do it. I like felt like half a human on Saturday. Saturday. Yeah, I was struggling. Yeah, that was a fun time. That was a real good time. Should be October. No, GameStop's. I see it here. It's like it should be September 8th. Was it a school night? No. Actually, it was. No, it wasn't. I did skip class though on Friday. Should I have done that? Who cares? Naples. Pushing. I'll come visit you in a little bit. Don't struggle, SCV. You're hungry. Just drink another one. Yeah. We went to Florida. How many? Yeah. You should watch Review Dork. His insight into the psychology of trading is really helpful. Stinking Rocket, 100%. If you guys aren't subbed to Gabe already, definitely go do it. It's just a Review Dork on YouTube. And then I believe it's Review Dork on Twitter as well. I believe that's it's just Review Dork on Twitter as well. Oh, Gabe, stop sending supers. Stop it. You already covered enough things. Stop it. Thank you though. We will do it again soon, real soon. Thank you, Gabe. Yeah, we definitely got to do it real soon. Okay. The chat has now gone crazy. Yeah, Florida was fun. Yeah, pushing. I'll come visit you in the winter when I come down. I think I'll come down. I don't know. I have to decide. I don't really want to, but maybe this time I'll decide to go. Barbecue money? Guys, I gotta eat. I haven't even eaten dinner yet. I had like breakfast and then didn't eat anything. I'm a disaster. I see I knew you were in Florida. I was trying to take you all to dinner on me. Dang, next time. Yeah, Eric, next time. I wasn't really on my like Twitter and stuff. Let's see. We got a big week, guys. Let's see what can happen here. Like, if we start to really go, it's going to get exciting. Everybody's going to be hyped up. Like, we really haven't seen like that much like widespread community drama recently because you know what? Everybody's focused on the stock again. There's not this like lull time of like, oh, it's just going to bounce around for a while. Let me just go talk trash on like Twitter and just say wild things to people and cause trouble. Like now it's like, oh boy, this could get interesting really quickly. We could have another giant run up. But again, if we ran to these crazy high levels and it wasn't the squeeze and you are holding to basically till the shorts cover, would it matter to you? Not really. If you're holding options, then yeah, it would. Gabe, I saw that. I see what this is. There we go. SV taller than the other AC. I don't know. I'm not that tall. I'm like 6'2". I do drink homemade fruit juices, not to. Okay, now you guys are. Haven't ate in 88 days? Dude, that's not allowed. Expecting big things this week. Big things, says Trace Cat Titan. Easily could. We easily could have a really good week. Let's see. Oh boy, John is saying some wild stuff in here. Al Capone, I don't know what that is. The next leg up, the clock is ticking and it ain't slowing down. No, it's not. When we have 18.93% short interest, like look at here. Estimated short interest is a percentage of the free float. Look at how high, like this is very close to the levels that we saw. What is it? Come on now. 18.75. Oh, wait, that's July. What am I talking about here? May 31st, 16.59. That's when we had our big rips. You getting a new car after the MOAS? Yeah, 100%. Do you believe in a thing called love? Yeah. Good night from England. There we go. Let's see. So take me back to this last run up we had last month. We had 200 million volume days. Now back normal 50 million. What spurred that again? It's just less people trading. It's just like less people buying and selling. It's a long story. It's legit and healthy, says Crow. Good for you. Like if you can do that. Whew. Watching The Big Short, awesome movie. I love that movie. That movie is great. That is like such a good movie. They explains it so well, but you really have to watch it like 8 million times to like fully understand everything that's going on. How the short interest go up, but the estimated percent of short went down. It's just a delay. Like these will get updated on Tuesday. This will go up. Wait, no, shares on loan went up. That was at 109 at one point. Shares on loan went up. Utilization should go up as well. Margin Call I watched last night. That's a good one too. Margin Call is a decent movie. It's not as good as the other ones, but like Big Short, best one. Where can I see that movie? Big Short. Google it. There is a free streaming service that you can just watch with like commercials. That has it. I think it's called Purple. Is Kringle Kitten really TMI? No. Have you guys seen Gary Gensler's Twitter? He's getting absolutely destroyed every day. Yeah, relax on Gary, guys. He can't tell you. It's like going and asking Citadel what their short position is. They're not going to tell you. Or going and asking like Renaissance Technologies, hey, what can I have your algorithm? They'd look at you like, what? Or like going to a lawyer and being like, can I read the details of your legal investigation? Can I like look in your files and like read all like the stuff you're looking at, even though it's like attorney-client privilege? They'd look at you like, what are you doing? They're never going to tell you unless they file the charges and it's public record. They're not going to tell you we're investigating this. They've said it in filings. They're like, we don't make our investigations public. So everybody that's saying they're not doing anything, we know they're not doing anything. Why don't they do something? How do you know? You don't know. You have no idea. They most likely are. This situation right now, they've heard the buzz. You can't have this much noise around a situation where somebody over there isn't like, we should probably take a look at this, shouldn't we? They're not just going to be like, oh, yeah, whatever. Like, they're seeing the price movements of what's happened. You can't have GameStop go from like 4 to 500. And everybody's like, everybody at the SEC is like, oh, nothing to see here. This is just healthy market behavior. Doesn't work like that. Whose house was TMI in? It was an Airbnb. Guys, I got sunburned. Freaking wild. How will GME earnings affect AMC? If GME announces the NFT crypto, they kind of move together. We see little variations, but they trend together. So if GameStop starts to rip, AMC is going to go too. If GameStop starts to sell off, most likely AMC will as well. Florida Sun does not play. Oh, push it. I know. Do you think Jim Simons wants the squeeze to happen to make back the IRS penalty? How big was it, though? Like, they're pretty sizable, and they make crazy money over there. Golf lessons for TMI? I do what I can to help. He's getting there. He's got a good swing. Trey's coming along too. You got Naked on your list? No. Nope. If I see something I like, I'll hop in. But right now, it's like trading in AMC and GameStop. Bought S&P 500 puts. Also, see, always has them too. Most happens market tank too. Make money both ways. Singing Rocket easily could. Yeah, what was the Rentec penalty for IRS? Oops. Let's look at this. Billions in back taxes. 6.8 billion. They're gonna settle it. They're gonna settle it for it was 7 billion. Ooh. That's gonna hurt. Yeah, they'll be fine. That is a big chunk of money right there. Woo. What are we eating tonight, STV? I might get a pizza. I don't know, man. Maybe I'll get Chinese food again. That was really good. I might do that, honestly. If they're open when I'm done streaming, definitely going to go get General Tso's chicken again. So good. Don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you. Mandy says, I bet TMI is exhausted. We were up so late. Uh-oh. Mandy. Hey, SCV, every single run-up has happened after a 3-day weekend. Do you think we possibly hit 60 next week? It's possible. Very possible. Wait. Hold on. Oh, my. Yeah. I really want a chicken pita right now. Yeah, I'm hungry. TMI's avocado is getting jealous, Mandy. Uh-oh. Hey, SB, appreciate all you do. Do you think AMC will pick up where it left off Friday and rip through 46? Guys, it can do whatever. It's going to do what it's going to do. It's just going to, if there's a lot of buying volume that happens tomorrow, we're going to go up. Are we set up for a next leg up? Absolutely. But is it going to happen tomorrow? Who knows? Is it going to happen this week, next week? Nobody really knows. It easily could. But try not to get your hopes up too high. TMI equals too much info, Mandy. There we go. Gabe is back in the chat. I'm just staying quiet. I don't know, man. I don't know. Mandy's causing problems in the chat. All right. Should Vix do the bus it TikTok? Fuzzy. No. Technically, this is Power Half Hour. So you guys can say wild things if you want to. Oh, yeah. TMI's baby mama is going to be upset now. See, this is when we need Gabe really bad for Power Half Hour. Gary is trying to ban payment for order flow. They've said it's on the table before, which goes against what Gasparino was saying. He was like, oh, how'd that work out for you? It's like, dude, we knew that they were researching it, you dummy. That's why I ask. Yeah, Fuzzy. Yeah, we're Power Half Hour right now. You're good to go. Let's see. TMI's baby mama is back. What happens in Florida? Mandy. Oh, Mandy. My uneducated guess, 69.69 by Thursday. Denial. There we go. Review Dork, you still giving away your C8 if AMC hits 1K. Oh. Does the loser of your fantasy league have to run around in an ape costume? Ooh, we haven't talked about that. We haven't talked about what the penalty is going to be for losing. Like, it should be something funny. And it has to be public, too. What do you guys think the penalty should be for the loser of the fantasy league? Let's see. What should the penalty be for the loser? Gabe, I know you're about to say some wild stuff. It's incredibly generous. That's a dream card. Yeah. Ho, what's up, Wired? That's funny. I saw The Big Short for the first time this weekend, and I watched it twice. Dude, Big Short's awesome. Shaved head? Oh, God. Charity donations? Yeah, I think that should be part of it. Shaved head's aggressive. Per Wikipedia, 1 in 3 views. Jeez, God. Having to eat 2 tons of canned peas. TMI was a good boy. Vix was a good boy. I was an extra good boy. I am trying to unscrew myself. Everyone who isn't first place dress up as DFV and do a charity run. That would be cool. Lots of banana. Oh, we could eat bananas. Loser dyes their hair pink. No, that's aggressive. I feel like it should be like embarrassing, but like funny too. Like, it would be fun. Live streaming the costumes of winner's choice. Ooh, that's a good one. Pink gorilla outfit and go stand in front of the Hedgie. Where is the Hedgie? All right. Let's see. Streaking in the quad. We don't really have a quad. Live cricket eating? Why? Yeah, everybody just goes wild for Power Half Hour. We got a little while left. Just let it rip. Let's have some fun before. This is like a weird day. It's like we had the long weekend. We're hanging out. We'll do the stream later. We're going to have some fun. Hey, do you think Macri is going to try to do AMC? Macri doesn't have enough shares. So it's more likely that they were hedging sold options or doing something else with the shares that they own, but they still have a long position as reported on there at 13F. So they're doing wild things over there. I do not know New York Angelo. The largest hedge fund that is shorting us. Yeah, we don't know who it is. Loser has to dress up as an ape inside an AMC theater. I think that's solid. Oh, pushing. No. Actually, people would probably be very down for that, but no. Are you still looking out for my diamond hand beer? Yeah, I am. Fuzzy, I also have to set up I got to make sure I have the address for mailing the 3D printed set. I'll try to figure that out this week. School is about to like pick up too, and I'm just like not thrilled. Kid, thanks for the super. Has to snort a line of a homeless man's cracked toe. That's reckless. That is extremely reckless. Can a hedge fund short their own shares? They shouldn't be able to. Because if they just sold, then they would just like go from like +1 to 0, not from like 0 to -1. Who chooses the homeless number? Oh God, a tat of Melvin Capital's logo. Oh boy, that is harsh. Are you staying in school if the MOAS happens soon? Yeah, I'll just be much less involved. Heard Russia is making 3D. Okay. Oh, antics in the chat. Here he comes. TMI is out. He won't answer anyone. Mandy, how do you know that? How do you know that, Mandy? Has to buy mods a hoodie? I can do that. We could easily do that. $10 shares of AMC to 10 different charities after the MOAS. That's a good one. Yeah, but like it's got to be. Mandy says, Sounds like fun, Mandy. Oh God, you guys are wild. You apes. Oh God, TMI's avocado. No, TMI's in the closet as usual. He just hangs out in the closet. TMI should be working on that golf swing. No, that's pretty sus, Mandy. Make the loser take the SAT. No, you need a whopping STV, Mandy. Don't come at me with any of that violence. TMI baby mama, don't worry. Mandy will be distracted soon enough. I got cookies. Gabe, I had this jar at like my house of just like the largest stuffed Oreos, and I like couldn't control myself. I had to eat them. Loser has to interview Kramer the Madman. That would be like an award, honestly. Like that would just be a fun thing to do. Like Kramer would not want to come talk to us, I don't think. And they probably wouldn't let him. After the MOS, start investment group, start a new NFL team, the Arkansas Apes. Not bad. TMI working in the closet with that TV he found in the closet. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. He just walked into a closet and found a giant TV. Is it? No, you just outed TMI? Mike didn't. TMI is playing with the PS5 I gave him. Hopefully he got that back safely. He had a fully packed bag. A tat of Kenny G's face on the neck with no regrets. Guys, you know we're not going to do that. That's just not going to happen. There's no way. Uh-oh. I just heard the sound. I just heard the sound. Oh, there he is. What is up,
What's up, my guy? How you doing, man?
Pretty good. Chilling out.
Did you have a good time?
I am having a good time.
Are you still there?
Yeah. Oh, no. No, I'm not.
Okay. How was that?
It was fun. We had a good time. Didn't get a lot of sleep, but that happens.
Yeah, I bet.
It was a good time.
That's awesome.
Loser sends 100 pizzas to Citadel. No, it'd have to be like bananas. I'm trying to figure out what the penalty is going to be. Yeah. Also, guys, the draft is going to be on TMI's channel at 10:30 Eastern. So in like an hour, like little over an hour and a half. Oh, I don't know him. Says Mandy. Uh-oh, Mandy. Mandy's backtracking now. Trying to get out of the mess she's made. All right. Dude, I got like sunburn. Not like on my face, but like on my neck.
Jeez. I mean, I bet.
You can kind of see it.
It's funny, dude. I missed you guys by 2 days. Well,
I know.
you by 2 days. I missed TMI by 1 day. Because I flew out there to go back with my brother. Because he was moving out of Orlando back home to Illinois. Got a better job out here.
I know Rogue is out of hiding.
Yeah,
he's back.
I just want to hop in and say what's up.
Yeah, we got a couple minutes left. Well, you didn't have this man with you. I know you did it, Mandy. Yeah, Mandy's just saying wild things.
Who's Mandy?
I don't know. My first time here. Mandy.
Hopefully not the last. Show this man some support.
I don't think I have seen Mandy here before either.
Did you see the new movie?
I did
Shang-Chi?
not. I did
I
not.
haven't either. I want
There's not
to.
like an AMC near me, like at school. Let's look.
Did you go see an AMC movie when you were in Orlando?
We did not. We didn't really have time.
Yeah, I get that.
Oh, kinda. Not really.
I bet if it felt like you like. I bet it felt like it just flew by.
Vix, is that new house / setup you, TMI, and Trey got paid for or rented? Oh, we don't have a house. We just rented one. We just Gabe hooked us up with a
It's the YouTuber house.
Yeah, that would be sick though. Okay, antics. Rogue looking for Rogue. Rogue action likes the haircut. There we go.
Thank you.
TMI's exact words on Sunday. Who is Sunday morning? Who's Mandy? Mandy, are you real? Oh boy.
That's funny.
You could do swords for Rogue, Fuzzy. If you get like swords, that would be pretty cool if you do that for Rogue.
What's he doing? What's Fuzzy doing?
What?
What's up, Fuzzy?
Yeah, it's a 3D printer.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. I got one for my dad probably like a year ago, and it didn't work right.
That is cool.
I only made like this little like fraction of the size of a cone because it wasn't working correctly.
Mandy's a shield. I don't think Mandy's a shield.
Did you know that there's actually like they 3D print houses now? Obviously, that's on the very, very high end, but they've in the technology world they've actually
What did you
accomplished
say?
that. 3D printing houses.
That is wild. Yeah, for all we know, Mandy could be a guy. Who knows?
That's funny.
Did
Not assume.
Did you miss me, Rogue? I missed you. Cried a lot.
Who is that? Is that
Who is Gary Gensler?
Who's Gary Gensler?
In Mexico, they are currently printing houses. In the United States, they are currently printing fake AMC shares and money.
Yeah. Yes. Daniel Moser.
There's a TED Talk on 3D printing houses. Can you name a reason why a person would buy a call option expiring the week of? A YOLO. They want to turn a small amount of money into a much larger sum of money.
So you started ending these pretty like a little earlier then?
Yeah, I started them a little earlier and we end them a little earlier now because I had school.
Snap.
SV, did you enjoy your vacation? Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I got school. No fun.
School. Did you have to do any work while you were actually gone?
Did I? I didn't. I might have. I don't know. Hopefully not.
You don't know.
Well, I don't know.
Like,
no
if I did, I don't know.
If I did, I was probably supposed to. DFV spotted at a function for charity building inner city playground. I think he was also supposed to help build like a sports complex too. That dude's awesome.
Yeah, it's DFV.
Yeah.
Man,
also, if you guys don't know, I do have an Instagram now. Short the Vix1 on Instagram. If you guys want to go follow me there. As we're wrapping up the stream, after I'm done, I will follow all you guys back.
Boom.
Yeah. I gotta eat. I think I'm gonna get Chinese food again. It was really good. Loved it.
There you go.
Super
burgers yesterday.
General Tso's chicken. I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. If they're closed, I'm gonna be wildly disappointed in my life. I'm just gonna cry. I'm just gonna start crying.
I don't know. I can't handle spice. It's spicy. I gotta go like.
Mandy, I can't figure out if you're a real person that we met down there. I have no idea. I just can't. I don't know at this point.
Who won the bowling?
I think Alpaca won the bowling.
He seems like he's good at everything. He's good at the golfing too.
I was struggling at bowling. It was wild. I was just so bad. I think I had a spare at one point, but other than that,
that's good. That's good. It's been a while for me too. Probably be terrible. As long as you had fun.
Yeah, C-Payne is not going to be on the draft. So, Andy, it's
Oh,
what? All right,
I going.
I don't know. I have no idea who Mandy is. I'm sorry.
Take it easy, man.
You heading out?
Yeah.
Later, buddy. Good to see
talking to you for a little bit. Talk again soon.
Later. All righty. Short term. I just don't know who it is. We were just like talking to people. I just no idea who it was. I highly doubt. Yeah, no, I was not blacked out. They put the kid bumpers on for you guys during bowling. They should have, because I was terrible. Mandy, no, you will not. You will do no such thing. Can I just join Laugh and Left? Yeah, that's Rogue. Rogue comes and hangs out all the time. If you guys don't know who Rogue is, follow him on Twitter, Rogue the Legacy. Did I see Astros prediction for the week? I did not. I have not seen that yet. Mandy's a spy. Interesting. That's fun. SEC spy. Yeah, Mandy's a fake person. Ban Mandy. Have you been hassled by YouTube regarding your AMC streams? No. Not yet. I don't really say anything crazy. C-Payne is not going to be in the fantasy football. Have you seen the trailers for Dune? Looks sick. I have not. I got to look at that. I was busy today. I was out and about shopping. I did go to a GameStop today. I had to get a gift. So I did get that. And then I had to get some other things for this gift. And then I went out and hung around with my buddy for a little bit. And yeah, that was my day today. Let's see. Yeah, these predict. Wow, interesting. Who is Gary Gensler? I mean, that's a cool thing to do. That's a very cool thing to do. All right, guys, we got 1 minute left. Let it fly. Let it fly. We got 1 minute left. Let's see. What do you guys want to say? What are you trying to say at night? Oh, what's up, Aporcalypse? Stoked for GameStop board games. Interesting. I haven't heard about that. Sitting on the porch. Yeah. Oh, boy. Don't let you. You guys are wild. AMC price target. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Come on. Yeah, I feel like you guys have been around for long enough. We don't do price targets around here. Oh, who all is in the fantasy football? It's me, Trey, Matt, TMI, Review Dork, I believe Avi, Jeffrey Forbes, Alpaca. I think that's it. All right, it is 9 o'clock, guys. I gotta go get something to eat, do some work, and then pop on the stream later. But thank you guys who came into the stream tonight. I know it's a little earlier. This is when we're gonna do the streams now. And then if you guys don't mind, just on the way out, just dropping a like on the video. It just helps us with the YouTube algorithm. So thank you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.